Okay, guys, we're back live. We had a lot of technical difficulties, but we got them cleared up. So now we are back. So let me know if you guys are experiencing any problems with your AT&T, and T, and I hear it's Verizon as well, cell phones. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but there was a few issues that was happening with the connection. The connection froze. So now we are back on track. And it's going to be a short video because I have another video. My regular updates happen at what is this? Probably about 11:30. So we'll push this to 11. See if we can get a conversation going and see if you guys are having this problem as well. So let's see what you got, or let's see if there's any comments. So yeah, we are live, and let's check out this video real quick.
Outage is being reported nationwide. The tracking website downdetector.com is reporting more than 32,000 outages for AT&T customers. We're also hearing reports of customers with AT&T are struggling to call 911, and that is a problem.
That's not good. All right, more than 800 outages also reported for Verizon and T-Mobile users. It's unclear what caused this outage. There has been no word yet from any of these major cellular networks.
So this is from earlier. I think this is from this morning, 4 hours ago. So probably about 7 or 8 o'clock.
Did you have a problem this morning, Pete?
I didn't
By the way,
notice
welcome.
But great to be here. I did not notice it, but a lot of people have.
Yeah.
And it's coast to coast. It's not the kind of thing that was just happening here in New York. Apparently, reports are it's all the way to L.A., maybe international, too.
I see LA, Dallas, Atlanta, San Diego, San Antonio, Chicago, San Francisco, and Honolulu. So what about Surfside Beach in South Carolina? Lawrence, poll the audience. Ask for the hands if anybody's having a cell phone problem.
So let me know where you're from and if you guys are having a cell phone outage. This is that down detector. Looks like the problem is starting to go down, or people are just stopped reporting it. So it was around 70,000. Now it's down to 50,000. But these are the areas affected: Houston, Dallas, I guess it's Oklahoma, LA, Atlanta, and I'm not even sure what this is or where this is. But let me know if you guys are experiencing a problem. And these are just some of the chat I was looking at earlier. So I decided to go live and see if there is anyone else having this issue. Let me know in the comments. I got off chat and they literally cut off the conversation once I mentioned it. No service in North Carolina. No service in Westchester. And people are saying it might be a conspiracy or that it was another country. But I suspect it's just the, what is this? I suspect it might just be a small problem. Somebody disconnected the backup power somewhere, or someone unplugged something to plug up a cell phone to charge their cell phone. Or maybe it's as simple as an ID10T error, which I don't even know what that is, but it sounds pretty funny. So let me know what you guys are thinking about that as well. And we'll go back to finish this video.
Yeah, let's ask the folks here. Okay, who's having cell phone issues here today? Who has AT&T? Raise your hand. AT&T, cell phone issue. What about Verizon? Who's having some Verizon issues today?
Okay.
Yep. So
Yeah.
pretty much everyone, guys, is having the same issues.
Lawrence-
Thank God for the Wi-Fi network, because that's what we're using.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it's the data. Lexi, our assistant, she came in this morning and she said, my data's not working, but when I get to Fox and I turn it on Wi-Fi, my phone works now.
That's exactly right. They can I think they can make emergency phone calls, but they're not able to make just general phone calls to family.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of folks getting up for school, taking their kids out, and hopefully we can get control of this situation real fast.
Yeah, we're trying to call some people to find out what's going on, but apparently there's a cell phone problem. So we're gonna be working on this hour because people are getting up. They want to know.
Yeah, that was funny, but it wasn't funny. Huh? You calling people and it's a cell phone problem.
The news, and if your phone doesn't work, you're pretty much cut off. That's the beauty of cable TV.
Your alarm does work, though. I was like, Lexi, how'd you get up this morning? She said, my alarm was working. But this is how addicted we are to our phones. Everyone is so...
Yeah,
everyone's freaking out because this morning it's not working. Yeah.
I have to be honest, Ainsley. I got up this morning, the phone is not working. I go, I know I've been on the road a lot. Did I forget to pay my bill? Like, is something not going on? Like,
nice.
I do it. And I was like, okay,
Surprisingly, why is everybody checking the bill? I actually checked mine this morning as well, looking to see, did I forget to pay the bill or I'm behind? But then I thought about it. I just freaking paid you guys. So I wonder if AT&T is going to do something, or if there's going to be some kind of compensation going on, because these guys have been down. I've seen a report that says since 3 a.m. this morning. So let me go back to the video.
automatic payment on that. So that's good.
Yeah.
But everybody's experiencing the same issue.
Yeah, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. In the meantime,
everything, if there were a cyber attack or a satellite malfunction, even a major solar flare, if cell phones went out, give it 3 hours, give it 12 hours, give it 24 hours, and a lot of things change in our society.
the country would be brought to its knees.
Massive vulnerability.
Absolutely. I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley.
And it's weird these guys always switch to these regular programs. I wonder how you get your program to switch to random programming here. Let's see, 3 years ago, hour ago, looks like a conspiracy. And it's 20 minutes long. 6 years ago. Oh, wow. Why is there no... I saw a lot of news information earlier. That's weird. Cyber attacks. Is this guy live? This is live. Cyber attacks? I don't know if I want to go to that rabbit hole yet. Let's see if we can filter this by update date. So anyone online, let me know what you guys are seeing there as well. Here's another short 2 minutes ago. Let's see here. Let's see if we can stick to something that makes sense. I don't want to go down any rabbit holes with these shorts. Who is this? Looking for an actual news provider. I'm not even sure this is news. Okay, here's something. Fox News Phoenix. See what they're talking about.
And welcome back to this U.S. Open office plan.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones's head using some technical jargon.
Oh, and Jones brings the heat with a per my last email. Advantage Jones.
Looks like both sides are going to need Grammarly to get through this rally.
Grammarly is an AI writing partner that helps you sound like the best version of yourself. And that's what we need to see here today. Oh, and now Miller's taking a technical doc and asking Grammarly to rewrite it. Just look at that. It's so much shorter and much easier to understand.
And now she's serving it over to Jones in a blazing fast email. She tossed it up to Grammarly to get a quick first draft.
What an angle. Let's see if it makes the difference. It's love all, but does Jones feel it?
Yes.
Jones is sending the updated doc to the VP. And it's in.
Incredible. She aced it. And now the team can finally move forward.
Thanks to Grammarly, every word you write helps you reach your goal.
Download Grammarly for free.
If you have an AT&T cell phone plan and your phone's not working, you're not alone.
Yeah, customers across the country appear to be experiencing some sort of crazy outage. Customers are taking to social media saying they cannot make or receive phone calls. Users with new model iPhones are getting an SOS, meaning cellular connection is not working, but of course the Wi-Fi is. Older models are seeing a no service indicator. The problem is not clear at this time. There are also reports of Verizon and T-Mobile. They are experiencing some of these outages as well. So as soon as we get an update, we'll keep you posted.
And we are following this breaking news this morning.
Oh wow, that was a quick video. I didn't want to go to the shorts for these users, but I might just start doing short videos as well. But I want to stick to the major outlets first. Is this like that Netflix movie where the conspiracy started? Let me know what you guys think in the chat.
Across the country, tens of thousands getting hit by a massive service outage. An industry source telling CNN that there's no indication, at least now, of a cyber attack, but they're still investigating what's going on. AT&T customers seem to be facing widespread issues. The company just acknowledged to CNN they're experiencing disruptions to its network, saying, quote, "We are working urgently to restore service to them." Let's bring in CNN's Brian Fung, who's tracking the outage and the response as it's been kind of unfolding this morning. Also with us is senior national security analyst Juliette Kayyem. Brian, what is the latest on these outages and the disruptions?
Yeah, Kate, as of right now, we've seen tens of thousands of user reports on the website downdetector.com, mostly from AT&T customers saying they're having trouble placing calls, not having service. And we've seen numerous reports from emergency services around the country saying you may have trouble reaching 911 if you're an AT&T customer, recommending that you either use a different phone from another network to try and call 911 if you need to do so. All of this seems to be unfolding across the country with many markets being affected, including Los Angeles, Atlanta, Dallas, Chicago, New York, and more, with many people experiencing a loss of signal on their phones, particularly on AT&T. Now, AT&T says it is tracking this issue and working to resolve it. Verizon and T-Mobile say that their networks are operating normally. If you are a Verizon or T-Mobile customer and you're experiencing issues, it's likely because, at least according to these companies, that you're trying to call an AT&T customer who is affected by this issue. So as of right now, it seems like the main problem seems to affect AT&T only. And again, an industry official telling CNN earlier today that this does not appear linked to any cyber or other malicious activity. Kate?
Let me read that reporting once again, Juliette, and then you can let me know what you think here. Yeah. There's no indication that Thursday's outage was a result of a cyber attack or other malicious activity. That's according to an industry source. The issue appears to be related to how cellular services hand off calls from one network to the next.
So there you have it. It's not a cyber attack. It appears to be how they hand off services to one service to another, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But maybe, again, it's maybe that ID10 TP6 error. I don't know, but we'll find out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm not getting any comments here, guys. Let's see what you guys are thinking or talking about. What you guys got going on? It's your main man. Talk to me. Can you hear me? Is this mic working? Is this thing on? Hello? Is anybody out there? Are you guys watching YouTube on your cell phones? Is that the problem? So let's go back to see what, who is this? CNN's talking about.
source says a process known as peering. We don't need to get into maybe the minutia of how this works, but what do you see here?
So the company has come out relatively quickly saying they think they have an explanation. I think that's good. I mean, all of us worry about nefarious activity, a critical infrastructure attack. It's just one company, and so you worry whether both there's an internal threat at AT&T or an external threat against AT&T, either against networks or critical infrastructure in the U.S. or, of course, in space, because there has been unusual solar activity today. Nothing to suggest that caused it, but people like me look at the possible explanations. I will say that this explanation makes sense and is also a problem, right? In other words, it would make sense because this switching capacity would impact the major urban areas, just because they're the central repositories of how AT&T distributes its cellular service. The problem is, why is there what we call in disaster management a single point of failure? I mean, if this one thing goes down, it appears for the first time, I don't remember an incident like this before, you have nationwide outages. We've seen regional ones based on—
Yeah, that's also another problem. I don't know what's going on with AT&T or how this happened, but it seems like it wouldn't shut down so many networks at the same time. I guess that was bad planning or lack of planning or no planning at all. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Trying to see because not getting many comments here. So let me know what you guys think and what you guys are seeing in the comments. So let's go back to this AT&T video.
On a particular activity. So AT&T is going to have to get it back up quickly, be transparent about what happened, and then on the other side of this, figure out you can't have a system that can go down by a single patching or other technological aspect that doesn't have a redundancy. We're too dependent on them.
And I think that's the too dependent bit, I think, is what concerns everybody so much. It just is it's a stark reminder of how all of us obviously rely so much on our cell phone service, our cell phone service, and the networks that back that up, and how quickly that can feel very, very scary, especially, Brian, when some of the reports we saw this morning were that 911 service, 911 calling into 911, that was also disrupted, at least in some places. Is there any word from the companies or what you're hearing from industry sources of when this could be fixed?
Well, not yet. I think the companies are working very quickly to try and address this. The very concerning issues affecting 911 obviously make this a really pressing issue, Kate. And as you may know, AT&T operates a dedicated first responder network known as FirstNet, and that is likely what is behind some of the issues related to 911 and preventing people from being.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's weird. Yeah, what's up, Dwayne? Yeah, it's kind of weird that AT&T would go down if they're part of this. What is this? First responder network. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that as well.
Being able to reach emergency responders. So obviously, that's going to be a very high priority for AT&T to get that back online and minimize the disruption if folks need to, call the police or call the fire department. We've seen some tweets by fire officials saying, if your fire alarm goes off, that doesn't necessarily mean that we will be notified. So please follow up with a 911 call if your fire alarm does go off, because the telecommunications between your fire alarm and the fire department might be disrupted as a result of this outage.
Yeah, things you're not checking quickly when your fire alarm goes off in your house is Twitter to see how.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
To 911. That's why this is so scary. And
Peace of mind, Dwayne Williams. Can you hear me?
3 hours during the show.
Can you hear the video?
Look, dystopian movies begin with this.
That's exactly right.
They
I was just watching one.
Leave the World Behind
Yes.
on Netflix.
Such a good show.
Cell phone outage goes. I woke up.
Yeah,
this morning,
yeah, that was the movie, Leave the World Behind.
Twice because another issue, but
He has a very strong
Interesting.
opinion about cell phone covers.
But again,
So yeah, I got another video we're clicking
all
to.
are dead broke and 16 grand could change your life, then y'all need to pay attention. Uncle Sam is
Breaking right now, if you're up and have AT&T as your cell phone provider, you may not have service, although I have it. I have service right now.
Yeah, you
So are you guys having any problems with your AT&T service? Let me know something. Go run this video for, I guess, to 11 o'clock. Then we're going to talk about crypto. So let me know what you guys got or are talking about.
So you do. Some people in the newsroom do not have it at all. Appears to be a nationwide outage, though, impacting cell phones and possibly internet, too. Let's go right to Darius Johnson, live in the newsroom with the details. Darius, I just started to search AT&T into Google. It finished off my words with service outage. So a lot of people searching
Just
for
AT,
this.
boom. It was
Yep.
And easily, if you go to x.com, you can see many people starting to express their frustrations online about this outage. We first started to see this outage take place around 2:30 this morning. And according to a Down Detector website, there are more.
Really? 18, they're talking about it on Twitter. And this is the Down Detector website they're talking about. I'm looking at this most of the morning. And yes, looks like the problem is spreading. Moto, Razor, and BlackBerry. Man, get out of here. No AT&T service in Tulsa. Phones are SOS in Jacksonville. I have a signal, but it's not 5G. Control Alt Delete. Yeah, right. Restart the system. Turn it back on. I don't know. Looks like what's that? PJ Construction Holding. Looks like you're not having any issues. Yeah, but I think it's intermittent because I'm hearing a lot of people I've been talking to said they didn't have any problems, but looks like there is some. All three lines of my family has been SOS since 5 in the morning at Rhode Island. Pops up a tiny bar of service, then goes back to SOS. Okay, PJ Construction, yeah, I'm in Texas as well. And we'll look at the chart here. Looks like, no, this chart. No, we're free. Oh, wait a minute. This guy. So these are the areas affected. Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles. I don't even know where this is. I think this is Oklahoma. This is Atlanta. And this is South Carolina, maybe? Virginia? I know mine was affected, but then I switched to Wi-Fi calling. So I think that kind of fixed the issue. But a lot of people are talking about AT&T better get it together quick.
More than 30,000 outages, and the outages are taking place in different big cities across the nation: Chicago, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and Atlanta. However, we're still exactly trying to figure out exactly what caused this outage. Now, take a walk with me. We want to tell you exactly how we figured this out this morning. It was someone on our assignment desk who was checking her phone, just trying to see if she could make a call earlier this morning. She noticed that it said SOS on her phone, and I'm going to show you it right here. This is what many people are going to be waking up to. You can see right in the corner where it says SOS, and although she is connected to Wi-Fi, she still has not been able to connect to the internet or anything else, or even make calls. At one point, we tried to even dial 911 to see if she could connect with emergency services. That was not possible. So we're still working to figure out exactly what has prompted the outage. We're also working to figure out if this outage is impacting emergency services as well, as many of them may be trying to, or many of them may be using AT&T as their service provider. So once again, we're just trying to figure out exactly what's causing all of this. We have reached out to AT&T. We've heard nothing from them. There's no message. There's nothing on their website or no tweets that indicate that there is an outage right now or what customers should do. So especially if you're waking up this morning and you have AT&T, you're likely going to be waking up with that SOS message and unable to make any calls out or receive any calls. So Ryan and Audrina, we're definitely going to stay on top of this to figure out what's going on and what's prompting this outage.
All right, Darius, thanks for staying on top of that for us.
Yeah, thanks, Darius. So let's see here. Moving on. This is, thought I had another video up, ready. Yeah, these guys.
This breaking news all morning long, so your phone might be acting a little funny. More than 73,000 AT&T customers all over the U.S. Now,
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars? Wasting tons of time on troubleshooting
now,
with
your
attendees?
Wi-Fi may work. You may not be able to make calls or send text messages. Some customers are getting their service restored only for it to fail again.
So
The outage has
apparently
impacted people's
there
ability to reach
is,
911 throughout big cities across the nation,
who is
including
this?
here in Missouri and North Carolina.
75,000 people that's having this issue?
So let us know if you have the ability to get on there and on X and send us a little note, or even on our Facebook page, however you want to communicate with us. Let us know what you're dealing with, because that I saw this morning and I immediately thought of that movie with Julia Roberts, Lee Thomas.
What movie? The Netflix movie. Oh, yeah.
So, isn't this how it all started?
Yes, there was interruptions in service with Mahershala Ali, and the name of it is
I leave you. This is where I leave you, or
this
something?
is the end of the world. Leave the world behind. Yeah,
The world is
leave the
ending.
world behind. Yeah, leave the world behind. It says home. This is Fox News, by the way, Fox Business. Home phone, internet, and mobile.
Yeah.
So there is a little workaround if you work from home and you don't have AT&T and you need the service. If your Wi-Fi works, there's a feature called Wi-Fi calling.
Oh yeah.
If you turn on Wi-Fi calling, you can make phone calls through your Wi-Fi network.
Okay.
As long as that's not AT&T.
Right.
And then you should be okay to go. So that's kind of a workaround.
It is, and that movie, if you didn't see it, was pretty grim.
Yeah, that is a good workaround if you guys are still there. If you use the Wi-Fi calling, you switch your phone over to Wi-Fi, it actually works. So that's another good thing there as well. So let me know if you guys are here and what you guys got going on. We'll finish this and then we're going to switch to another video.
All service drops for everything. Nobody can communicate on anything, and it's an invasion.
And animals start doing weird things.
Crazy things, yeah.
Satellites go down.
People
so
start doing weird things.
we are not there.
No.
But these
That we
little
know of.
glitches.
Yeah, let me let my dog out, see if she's doing anything weird. Huh?
make you realize how dependent we are on technology.
All right, Deborah Brooks, sounds good. Of course, we continue to stay on top of breaking news right now. If you're waking up and you're having trouble with your smartphone, you're likely an AT&T customer. They are experiencing a nationwide outage, maybe even beyond that. It's impacting those carriers. We've not heard any carriers beyond that, but if you're on the AT&T network, it's an issue.
Or if you rely on the AT&T network, you could be affected as well. People are having problems with calls and with texting, and they might even be unable to call 911. This is something that
So this is Fox News Orlando.
is impacting our systems at Fox 35 here as well. Fox 35's Morgan Parrish is live following this breaking news story for us this morning. Morgan, good morning to you. And we really are still kind of trying to figure out exactly what's going on here.
Hey, good morning. That's right. Yeah, so AT&T hasn't said anything yet about this outage. You know, if you were like me this morning, you may have thought that it was just your own personal phone. We know the outages started happening between 4 and 4:30 this morning. And if you are still experiencing this, and we know some users are
This year,
getting
I
their
made over
service
$2
back,
million
you'll
day
see
trading.
SOS
And day
at the
trading
top of your phone, which means you can really only make emergency phone calls to
the best way to
911.
completely
But again,
replace your
this
income
isn't
if
just
you're making over
impacting
$10,000
people here
a
in
month.
Florida. This
It's
is
because it
happening
requires
coast
no
to
prior
coast. And
experience
again, you know,
and no
people
technical
waking up,
skills
going
at
to
all.
work this
You
morning,
only
or
need 1
my thought
hour a
process,
day.
people
The
going to
most
the
profitable
airport
window
and
in the
they have
stock
to check
market
in for their
between
flights. You know,
9:30 a.m.
this is really a huge disruption and causing Good a lot morning. of problems for people. Now, again, we've been trying to reach out to first responders in the area to see how they are handling this. We've made calls out to Orange County Fire and Rescue, Seminole County Fire and Rescue, and of course Flagler County, which they did post on social media about this. Now, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office said, they tweeted saying, subscribers are having problems calling or texting 911 this morning. And now let's take a look at the down detector map. So this shows problems that have been reported by AT&T, and you can see that there are several red dots in major cities across the country. And we were looking at that map, and we could see heavy outages in east of Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Georgia, North Carolina. The list goes on. And then here in Florida, it looks like Jacksonville was hit the hardest, but of course it's all throughout the state. So of course, users have taken to X this morning, just expressing their frustration. I tweeted about the outage around 4:35 o'clock this morning. I had some users saying the same thing was happening to them in New Orleans, and we saw somebody say that they were also seeing the SOS message from Knoxville, Tennessee. So again, like I said, some people are getting their service back slowly but surely, but some people are still experiencing this. We're seeing a lot of people on X still saying that they're having issues this morning. So again, AT&T is not confirming what the problem is. We tried to reach out to them as well, but we have yet to hear back. So we're going to stay on top of this all morning long and keep you updated, when AT&T announces what's going on, or, service resumes across the nation. But we'll keep you guys updated. For now, send it back to you in the studio.
Yeah, more. All right, Deborah Brooks, sounds good. Of course, we continue to stay on
Looks like there is something definitely going on behind the scenes, guys. So let me know what you think if you are here and logged in. Got about 10 more minutes, and then we're going to switch back over to our regularly scheduled program with Casper.
To you, if you're just waking up with us, we are continuing to follow breaking news that might.
Yeah, I actually thought that was a video. Looks like it was just some text. So we'll click to this newscast and see if I can pull another one up.
Impact you. AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers across the country are currently unable to make cellular calls. According to the website downdetector.com, the problem started around 4:30 this morning.
Texting appears to still be working. You might not be able to dial 911, though, in an emergency unless you set up Wi-Fi dialing, which is what we were able to do and tested it out. Greg D will explain how you can do that, because this is happening early enough in the morning. Greg, people can plan out their days if this is down for a while.
Yeah, on most phones, this is on by default, and not all services do allow you to do this. It may depend on your plan on some services, but on the iPhone, here's how to do it. Go to the Settings app, click on Cellular. It's not under Wi-Fi, it's under Cellular, and make sure that Wi-Fi calling is on. On my T-Mobile service, it is automatically on, and in fact, if you are connected to Wi-Fi, you probably make all of your calls over Wi-Fi and not over the cellular network. It does go through Wi-Fi by default. Again, you do have to be connected to a Wi-Fi network for this to work. So you need to have Wi-Fi at home or at work, wherever you are, if you do not have service right now from your carrier because of that outage.
Yeah, I guess it's a good thing to be Wi-Fi connected. And I actually switched my Wi-Fi on earlier this morning when the problem started happening. So that was some good advice there to use your Wi-Fi calling. And looks like the number is around 60,000. I guess it's going down slightly. Looks like the number's going back up again. So AT&T, get it together. Wow. We will not be fixing the issue. Sorry, not sorry. I find that very hard to believe that AT&T is saying that, but gonna get interesting. Yeah, Oklahoma's been down since 2 a.m. Definitely. Phones working without Wi-Fi. It's a good thing. It's a nice day in Austin. Really suck if it's rainy or something, and you suck at playing Yahtzee. I don't even know what that has to do with anything. No signal in Brooklyn either since around 10 a.m. Instantly went down after I completed my 17.4 beta update. And I haven't made the update, so not sure what's going on there. But yeah, here's another video. Let's see, this is actually CBS Texas.
To widespread outages.
According to the website downdetector.com, the outage is affecting several companies, including AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Our Kennedy Walker is live in studio. Kennedy, has affected all of us here at CBS News Texas. What more can you tell us about this?
Yes, it has. Good morning, Keith and Madison. We have seen outages before, but experts say that we have never seen anything this major. Tens of thousands of people here in DFW and across the nation are unable to place calls, send text messages, or access the internet. Now, if you pick up your cell phone and see SOS in the upper right-hand corner, this unfortunately affects you. We started getting reports of outages around 2 o'clock this morning. T-Mobile, Verizon, U.S. Cellular, and Consumer Cellular are all affected, but Dallas-based AT&T has had the most outages. At last check, more than 73,000 AT&T customers reported outages on the digital service tracking site Down Detector. And that's not a comprehensive number, but it does track only self-reported outages. At this time, we do not know why this is happening, but in a statement, AT&T says in part that we are working urgently to restore service to them. We encourage the use of Wi-Fi calling until service is restored. But here's the thing, on some devices, Wi-Fi calling is not able to be turned on or doesn't work properly. Meanwhile, North Texas first responders say the cell service outages are not affecting 911 services. Fort Worth, Frisco, and Burleson police departments all sent out statements this morning letting residents know that you can still reach 911 even if your phone is in SOS mode. CBS News Texas asked folks their thoughts on the outages.
I was kind of surprised, and knowing that I'm right across the street from AT&T, I was even more surprised. Hopefully they get it resolved quickly, and hopefully it's not a big deal.
For my kids' sake, we can do without the cell phones. I'm so more into them picking up a book.
Now, again, we are working to figure out the cause of this. But Keith and Madison, that mom brought up a good point and something else to think about. If your phone is not working, that means you won't be able to use your GPS. So heads up, if you aren't too confident about where you're going, you may want to write down or print directions before you leave the house. So throwback, guys, to 2000, what was it, 2005 when we had to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some good message there. Go ahead and write down those directions. And let's see here. Just checking the updates here. Yeah, that's a good observation there. They've restored the network, but the service is still down. So I don't know what's going on, guys. Do you think this is an actual threat, or do you think this is just something that happened to shut the network down? But out in Michigan, out in St. Louis, out in Mississippi, looks like they just got service back in Virginia. No service in Jacksonville, Maryland, South Carolina, Connecticut. Dallas, Grand Rapids, Michigan. So it seems like it's a widespread problem. But we're going to take a break from this. Give me about a minute. And we're going to start for our usual CASPA information or just our crypto updates. So be back shortly. This is BTM with news you can use. And hope you guys get your service back If not, we'll pop back up with another live later today.